and then also did some training. Trained us on everything we needed to know about the new engines.
Now, how much different are these than like the trucks that you're used to, the trucks that you've got now?
Well, there's 22 years of technology that you got to keep up with. I mean, the whole cab design is different. In the older ones, there was a separation wall between your driver and captain and your firefighters, where this is all open. So you get better, you can talk to your captain, can talk to his firefighters in the back, you know, give them better direction. Also, heating and air conditioning is way better. In the old ones, they had a big aluminum housing here where the engine sat, and you couldn't hardly talk to the guy next to you sitting across it. So where these, the engine that sits higher, the engine sits underneath this house here, and it's well insulated. So you don't get the heat from the motor and the noise also. The whole bodies are constructed out of aluminum. On these, the old ones are all steel and had swing out doors on them. With the newer technology, they came up with the roll-up doors, so there's no chance of people running into doors or having the door coming down on top of them.
Oh yeah.
Because there's times where it gets cold outside in the older engines. You know, you go out of the station, it's nice 60-some degrees in the station, and it's 20 below outside. Those little gas struts don't work so well. You'll lift the cabin door up and go to reach into something, it'll come down on your cab. The power, we went with the water pump, which we've had for 20-some years on our other trucks.
Now, what's kind of nice though is that you guys got to put these together custom to just for what you guys needed.
Right, exactly. We built them for what we need them for. We started out with the type of chassis that we wanted, which is built by Spartan Motors. With the cab design, we picked out the cab design. We know that we wanted a 6-man cab. And then from there, you know, first of all, we had the bids go out. We figured out what we wanted, set bids out, we got like 6 bids back. Rosenbauer came out on top with the best price. So from there, we looked at their designs and what kind of bumpers that they offered and engines. And from that, we looked at water capacity, the pumps that we wanted, the chassis, everything from the color to where we wanted everything placed inside the cab.
And the first thing people are going to notice is that we have red fire engines again.
Right, and that was a decision made by everybody in the department. We put out a list and said, what color do you want? Everybody chose what color they want. Red won, which I personally like. It's kind of a classic. Everybody thinks fire trucks should be red, which I do also. We went with the classic siren instead of the newer style.
There's a newer style?
Well, the classic Federal Q siren is kind of a classic. You hear it wind up. It's a real fire truck sound, you know. I'll turn that on once we get out of some traffic here in a little bit. All the lighting on this, all the emergency lighting is all LED lighting versus the old bulb style. They last way longer, they don't use as much energy. Also, the less draw on the electrical system. We also have
gotta be pretty important in a fire truck is that electrical system, because it's what runs your pumps and everything else, isn't it?
The pump's actually driven off the motor and the transmission. It actually goes through that, and there's a pump shift over here. When you flip the switch, it switches it from the drive axle to the pump, and it runs off your engine RPMs. To do that, but all your electronics to run the pump from there are run off the electrical system. So the less load that you have, the better.
And I think something that people may not notice, but looking around the cab, there are very few switches and dials and everything else, especially compared to just the last set of fire trucks that we currently have.
That's right, and this computer screen over here, which you can't quite see there, it's called a multiplex system, and everything in-cab controls, the lights, the whole electrical system is run off of this computer right here. It's a very simple screen, touch buttons. Take a little bit to get to know, but it'll be very user-friendly once everybody gets trained up on it and get to using it. Cool. Simple one-button push to turn on all your emergency lighting. Very nice system.
You look like you're having far too much fun doing that.
I love the horns and siren.
And back in the bay, as you can see, they even localized the engines a little bit for us here.